Well, this should be interesting to see how this goes. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream today, where the plan is that we're going to be playing Donkey Kong Country, the original, for the SNES. Now I have played this game before. I never got past the minecart level. Oh. So, that... in a weird way, I just got hit with a massive blast of nostalgia. I completely forgot what that intro startup sounded like. Although I remember this. I remember Cranky Kong with the little gramophone. But just this intro is just like a massive blast of nostalgia. Because I did play this as a kid. I never beat it. I never got past the minecart level. However, I do have experience with this game somewhat, so it's not going to be totally blind. Everything beyond the minecart level, I am going to be completely blind to. Everything before that point, I will know somewhat. Not that that's going to help me, because I'm perfectly aware of the fact this game is brutally difficult. So, or at least at a certain point it gets brutally difficult. It starts out pretty simple, but let's just say I'm going to be abusing the rewind feature a hell of a lot. Also, the one main thing I remember is that Diddy Kong is just the GOAT. Like, Diddy Kong is the way to go for the most part, because he's infinitely more agile than Donkey Kong is. So for the most part, I imagine I will probably only be using, I'll probably only use Donkey Kong to tank things. Like, to tank a hit if I need to. 101% in this game is terrible. I can't imagine, because what does that consist of again? I know you have to spell Kong in all the levels. You have to, You have to, find all the secret entrances or whatever, I think. I'm pretty sure, right? Because there's a bunch of secret areas throughout all the levels, and then there's spelling Kong. What else is there to get 100% or 101% rather in this game? I do not know. Find every bonus room. Yeah, that's one of the things I mentioned just a second ago, was you have to find all the secret rooms for all the levels. I will not be doing any of that. We're just gonna be playing through the game, start to finish, not going for 100%. I'll grab the Kong letters if I find them, and that's about it. That isn't gonna be. Doesn't sound too bad. Something like a simple completion run. Well, I think it's just because, for one thing, the level itself, like the game itself, is brutally difficult at times, so that probably contributes to it. But also because a lot of these secret levels, I imagine, are fairly difficult to find. Like that one I just found right there I only know about that because I found it as a kid. Okay. Now this, okay, there's one. Fortunately, if I screw this up, well. Remember when I said if I screw this up? Well, we screwed it up. Fortunately, we have this thing called the rewind feature. I did not expect me to have to use this on this, but, you know, it's there. If you're upset that I'm gonna be using the rewind feature, I'm sorry to tell you that I do not really care. I'm gonna use the rewind feature, it's there. I will take advantage of it probably many times throughout this game. Donkey Kong Returns is the worst game to 100%. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I've only ever played... I've played a little bit of all three of the original Donkey Kong Country games, like the original trilogy of this game, Diddy Kong's Quest, and then Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. I've played a little bit of all of them, but I've played the most of this game. But I've never played Donkey Kong Country Returns, and I've never played Tropical Freeze. So I can't comment about that. You use rewind and save states for a lot of retro games, you don't judge at all. I'm glad to hear that, because I will be doing that a lot. Like right now, for instance. But there's a lot of people that are, like, I distinctly remember saying, one person on Twitter that I saw say something along the lines of, if you beat a retro classic game using the rewind feature, you did not beat the goddamn game. So, you know, there's a lot of people that are very avidly against the idea of using a rewind feature, so just, you know, If you use the rewind feature, you're not a real gamer. Yeah, you're not a true, actual, legitimate gamer if you use the rewind feature, which is a position that is held ironically by many people on the planet, unfortunately. Am I going to stream the entire series? Yes. Yes, I am. I am going to... This week we're doing Donkey Kong Country. Next week we're going to do... Well, barring... Let me preface this by saying, barring any unforeseen circumstances, this week we're doing the first game, next week we'll do 2, week after that we'll do 3, and then after that, I don't think I can do Donkey Kong Country Returns in one stream, so it'll probably take a few streams to get through both Donkey Kong Returns and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. But yes, I am going to stream the entire series. More freeloaders? Oh, you can find the fun and ropey rampage between a rock and a hard place. Keep your eyes peeled for Rambi the Rhino. He can... all this gameplay is too much for me. Okay, cool. The later Donkey Kong Country games longer than this, I am aware of that. Which is why I said it's going to take me multiple streams to get through Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze. I don't expect to get through those in one stream, but I know I can get through... Because this game I'm pretty sure is like 2 to 3 hours. And the other games, the other ones in the trilogy aren't... I think they're longer, but not by much. They're probably going to be somewhere between 4 to 5 hours. So, that's going to be what happens there. I'm going to despise Donkey Kong 64 unless I'm not playing it. I have learned my lesson with playing Nintendo 64 games. And am not going to touch that game with a 10-foot pole. I'm just not even going to bother. I've heard the stories. I can use just some context clues to determine that based on my track record with Nintendo 64 games, I don't imagine that Donkey Kong 64 will be much better. So, I'm gonna skip that one. We're gonna play the original trilogy. Unless you guys really want to see Donkey Kong 64, I'm gonna play the original trilogy, I'm gonna play Returns, and then I'm gonna play Tropical Freeze, and then we're gonna call it there. We're streaming every Sunday? Yeah, the plan is gonna be every Sunday moving forward, I will be streaming a Donkey Kong Country game. And then I'm hoping to do Saturday streams as well, but I'm not gonna commit to one every single week, because a lot of things happening in my personal life. But what I can say, to give you something to look forward to next Saturday, is that there will be a video. I know it sounds underwhelming. A video on a YouTube channel? Crazy. But on Saturday, actually just before I started the stream, I was working on editing the next big... not analysis video, but a longer format, highly edited video that some people have been looking forward to. It's not the Apology Justice video. I don't want to give any false hope. It's not that. That's probably going to be a little while longer, but it is going to be a video that I've been looking forward to getting out for a while. Donkey Kong 64 is significantly worse than Mario 64. Then I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I don't want to know what significantly worse than Mario 64 looks like. I really do not. Is Paper Mario the only Nintendo 64 game that aged well? Can't comment on it, haven't played it. But, I will say that I've not watched a Let's Play of it, but Thomas J. Ashwell, who for those who don't know is the inspiration for me starting this YouTube channel, he did a Let's Play on the original Paper Mario game. So... and I believe he really enjoyed it. So, and I've heard the Thousand Year Door is like one of the best games ever made. And I mean, that's a GameCube game, but still, I've heard a lot of great things about the original set of Paper Mario games. So I might try them out one day. Because I don't want to judge the entire series based on what little I played of Origami King. Aquatic Ambience is one of the most beautiful songs in gaming. That is true. From what I've heard of this so far, like I distinctly remember this song as a kid, and it was very, very calming. In fact, I believe this is one of the most searched things for Donkey Kong Country on YouTube, is specifically this track. Donkey Kong 64 is backtracking the game. Oh, sounds like a grand old time. Origami King has nothing to do with the first two. I have heard as much. Oh, good. It says Funky Kong. My bodacious jumbo barrel can launch you at any point on the island. Most unfortunately, it can only send you to the place you've already been to. How massively unfortunate. It sucks that Donkey Kong 64 is bad because its intro song is banging. That's the case with a lot of games. Well, maybe not a lot of games, but there's more often than not, when you find a game that's bad, the music is typically exceptional. For instance, many people love the Apollo Justice soundtrack. Halo 5, for as terrible of a game as that is, it has really, really solid music. We're gonna pretend that that fail just didn't happen, okay? You saw nothing. Hi everyone, hello Yusef Gaming, welcome to the stream today. Then again, Thomas J. Ashwell likes Sunshine. He likes it, but I think if you talk to him about a lot of the flaws, he'd probably agree with them. Because someone's favorite game of all time isn't necessarily what they consider to be the best game of all time. And I've watched his Sunshine Versus, which for those of you who don't know what a Versus is, basically a Versus is a series where two people play through the game at the same time and they race to try to get to the end first. Not like using like speedrun tricks or anything, just like playing the game normally and seeing who's better skilled at it and all that. It's a really fun series. If you're a fan of Sunshine, I recommend you go check out his Sunshine Versus series. And throughout the point of this little rant is that throughout the Versus series, he and the person he was racing against spoke about a lot of the flaws of the game, namely some of the frustrating blue coins, the leaf level, the pachinko machine, stuff like that. Also, I am just this is not my level here today. This is the level of fails. What this is right here. I also do not like the fact that sometimes when you push ZL and ZR, it just opens the menu instead. Want to do a Sunshine Versus against you? I would lose miserably, and Jesus Christ, I just need to stop failing. I would lose miserably. I don't want to put myself through the misery of 100%ing that game, because that just sounds like pain. And I'd also have to play on, I'd probably have to play in the 3D All-Stars version, and that is also equally pain. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that offer. Kirby 64 and the Zelda 64 games have aged well. I will take your word for it. You guys gotta hold ZL and 0 and circle, but I am holding them down. That's not help. That holding them down does nothing, because that's what I'm doing, and it doesn't help anything. 100% Sunshine is pain. Sunshine is pain. 100% Sunshine is extra pain. You like the music from V3 as well? I can see why many people would like the music from V3. It definitely has some catchy tunes for the most part. However, whenever when a game is just rotten to the core in terms of its functionality and script writing, it takes away from how catchy I can ever find the music to be. Like, well, you jumped right then, didn't you? Okay, nope, goodbye, see you later. But whenever a game is just bad fundamentally in terms of its, or if not bad, like bad or heavily flawed in terms of its script writing or gameplay design, it'll automatically take away from however catchy I can ever find the music to be. You started replaying a lot of old Nintendo games, and why do they age badly? You mean like Super Mario 64? It certainly did. You're never 100%ing Sunshine? I don't plan to do it either. I've seen what some of the, because I've watched the Versus, and during the Versus, because it was 100% Versus where they get all the blue coins, all the shines, everything, and I've seen some of the stuff that you have to do. No. I'll pass, thanks. I will happily pass on that one. And by the way, this is coming from someone who's 100% at Sonic 06. So, you know, you gotta go above and beyond for me to not want to do that. But the sweet poster, oh yeah, there's the sweet JPEG. The best reward for 100%ing a game. My favorite. Mother 3 was almost on Nintendo 64. I know very little about that series. And I probably will continue to know very little about that series. You get an NFT for completing Sunshine. Basically. That's basically your reward for completing that atrocity. Well, okay, maybe atrocity is a bit of a stretch. Sunshine has a solid first half. Mostly. And then it just falls apart at the seams. The only reason why Pianta Village was as painless as it was for me is because A, save states, and B, the level kept glitching out, and the goo or the lava or whatever kept disappearing from the scene, so that's the only reason why. Oh no, it's this one. Oh, okay. So This is the last level I played as a kid. I never got past this shit. So let's see if we can do better. Something like over a decade and a half later, I'm pretty sure. It's not that bad so far, but I know there's a couple jumps here that can eat my ass, so let's see. I'm gonna have okay. Let's try that again. Thank goodness for this rewind feature, let me tell you. Oh my god, okay. That's a very small window of time to react to get those bananas. Wow, okay. So, I get that I don't have to get these bananas, but I want to. And you have a very limited window of time to get... Yeah, we got it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, I got 3 swordfish. Okay, cool. We did it. Oh, okay, bonus level. I'll take this. That timing is bananas. Funny. Funny joke. How dare you ruin my family vacation. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to mimic that horrible voice acting. Oh, that's one thing I will say. Thomas J. Ashwell does think that the voice acting in Sunshine is good. So I will say that, which is questionable, of course. But, you know. It's not that the first half was good, I just suffered from Sonic 2 syndrome and knew how to avoid the BS because I played it before. Not necessarily, because a lot of Rico Harbor was blind. I didn't play through much beyond the first few... Beyond the first few levels in any of the given areas. Or the first few missions in any of the given levels, I should say. So a lot of it was still blind. It's just that it really falls apart. Well, once you get to Noki Bay and Serena Beach, it just tanks. A game with terrible plot, but with gameplay I like, make it harder to exclude Halo. That's a good question. What? It spawned... Why? Why is that a thing? Why does it spawn you at the beginning of the goddamn level after you... This is fun. Okay, so lesson learned. Never ever do a bonus level ever again. That's what we've learned here today. Never under any circumstances collect 3 gold... Damn it. Collect 3 golden things. Because if you collect 3 golden things, guess what? You go back to the beginning of the level. Because screw you, that's why. Great. Its voice acting is so bad it's good, you can't really hate it. I mean, I can understand enjoying it, but enjoying it and thinking it's good are different things. Because that voice acting is... And Jen Taylor is among them. I mean, I think she does the best job in that game. Granted, she has the least amount of, you know, she has the least amount of lines in it, but still. It's worth noting. Yeah, okay, that was close. You can do the minigame when you get a checkpoint, I think. I'm not gonna risk that. I'll pass, thanks, though. Also, you have very little amount of time. Oh my god, Camera, what was that? God! You do not have much time to react to these This is like a thing where you have to kind of know that the minecarts are coming so that you can react to them in time. Because I don't know that I actually would have had a reasonable amount of frames to... Oh, dear God. To jump over that. The enemy minecarts are unfair. I would also say that they're unfair. You have an extremely limited window of time to react to these. Ah, damn it. Thank goodness. Yes, thank goodness for the rewind feature. I can guarantee you this would take me at least 20 minutes. Oh, god damn it. Were it not for the rewind feature, this would take me at least 20 minutes. God, let's go back further than that, please. Thank you. Okay, hold on. We can do this. Oh my god. See, now I'm just screwing because I know it's there. I'm just not. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hey, I finally beat the thing that my younger self couldn't beat. Granted, I did it with a rewind feature, but who cares? We're going on. Bouncy Bonanza. Let's do it. So, back as to the question of a game with terrible plot, but a gameplay that I liked. Terrible plot, but gameplay that I liked. That is a... Excluding Halo makes that hard. Because that's my immediate go-to answer. These minecart levels used to be such a pain. Well, they're still a pain. They're just less of a pain because the rewind feature is a thing that exists. That is hard. Game with bad gameplay, or sorry, game with bad plot but good gameplay. Plot doesn't technically counts. No, I don't think it does because the there's added gameplay in that game that makes it painful. Namely, everything that Emma does, be it the shoe print analysis, the x-ray scanner, every new thing that Emma has you do is just painful, so I do not think Apollo Justice actually counts there. This question is harder than I thought it was going to be, actually. Because that's my immediate go-to answer, is Halo 5 has a terrible story, but I still actually kind of enjoy, when you're not fighting 3 Warden Eternals at once, I enjoy the gameplay. And the multiplayer is in contention for best in the series. Huh. Terrible plot, but gameplay enjoy. Sonic Generations, Sonic Colors. I don't know if I'd say that they have terrible plots. But I guess actually Sonic 06 technically counts, because the story in that game is laughable. But I have a lot of fun playing it. So there's that. Oh yeah, also let's not forget Perceive, which is the worst mechanic in the series. I did not mean it. Oh, let's go back here, shall we? Thank you. Danganronpa? No. After I shot a truth bullet at the correct contradiction and the game told me to fuck off, I promptly decided, yeah, no, this game is shit gameplay. And all the new gimmick mini-games that you do during the trials are just miserable. Logic Dive, with Logic Dive being the worst. They're either pathetically easy, or just, oh, okay, I can move the tire, cool. They're either pathetically easy, like the, what's it called? What's the, Debate Scrum, I think it's called Debate Scrum. Debate Scrum is pathetically easy, and then the other end of the spectrum for types of minigames is stuff like Logic Dive, where you literally fall through the floor because of how broken it is. Can't count games that you don't even take their plot seriously and expect you to play without caring too much about it. I think Sonic 06 doesn't fall into that category. Because Sonic 06, Sonic 06, with the effort clearly want you to take that game. Oh, sorry, one more thing I forgot. I know of this level has a shortcut that I just used. I know of this one, because I've seen a streamer play this level, and it's pain. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say fuck this level and skip most of it. I can't skip all of it, but I'm gonna skip as much of it as I can, because this... Yeah, let's try that again, shall we? Layton? Actually, Layton, that's probably the best example. That is probably the best example. Because Layton's story is just miserable, but I do generally have a lot of fun solving most of the puzzles, even if they were a bit easy at times. So, there's that. In terms of my Donkey Kong Country stream, you just won't be able to attend all of them. That's fine, they'll always be available, archived on the channel. Yeah, fuck that level. Thank goodness for the shortcut. But yeah, given the fact that Sonic 06's story, clearly they put, I don't want to say put effort into it, but they clearly took the time to make it such that, like, there's more, it tries to take itself more seriously than the story of a typical Sonic game. It fails at it, but it tries, so I think that would still count as a story they want you to take seriously. This level's fair, you just have to use the switches. Using the switches doesn't change the fact that they move at supersonic speeds. The switches are what they want you to use, that's not the point. Save Princess 8 times. Yeah, Sonic's story, well, because Sonic's story is repetitive garbage. It's like, the princess at least gets kidnapped 6 million different times throughout the course of the story. And then the actual broken parts are in regards to Shadow's storyline and Silver's storyline once you introduce the time travel mechanics. You remember being stuck on the Silver boss fight in Sonic 06? The thing with Sonic 06 is that or specifically that boss battle, I mean, it's not a good boss battle, but I think it gets more flack than it deserves, because whenever I see someone play that, what I always see them do is just constantly run at Silver. Whereas you think that after you run at him and he catches you the first time, I'm pretty sure I landed on that ledge, but okay. After you land on it, after you get caught the first time, you're like, okay, maybe don't do that again. Still don't have time after you hit the switches. You very much do not. I mean, you saw there, they move. It's like they become Sonic the Hedgehog as a relevant point of comparison, and they just zip around at the speed of sound. Sonic Unleashed has the best story in a Sonic game because it's super simple but still surprisingly heartfelt. I can't comment on that because I've not... Well, I've played a little bit of Unleashed. Not much of it. I don't know how far I got in the game, but I did play a little bit. You had to push start hit. I hit the goddamn switches. I hit the switches, and it doesn't slow them down for much time at all. And then they zip around the speed of sound. There's a reason I skipped that level. Lost Vector still has the classic latent plot. Yeah, if by classic you mean things are boring and mundane until they go absolutely batshit insane at the end, then yeah. I mean, Sonic dies, so they obviously want you to take it seriously. Yeah, Sonic... Hey, Mephiles is the first Sonic villain to actually kill him. Well, yeah, I say first. Silver Balls would work if the camera could actually focus on him. That would be nice. It would definitely be nice if the camera would actually lock onto him. So I don't have to keep constantly rotating the camera around to see him. The plot of Lost Vector isn't, oh, look, a fake town. That's nice. Because that is... The fact that that's the same plot for all 3 of the Layton games is like, really? Did no one saw any repetition here? No one at all? It's like, we're doing the same, oh look, the town's fake. You know, when I watched WandaVision for the first time, my immediate thought was, oh, so it's a Professor Layton game, because it's the whole, oh look, it's the fake town that dropped on the face of the earth or whatever. So, yeah, there's that. Also, Elise falls in love with Sonic. Yeah, well, it's worse than that. It's that she literally commits borderline, I should say, bestiality, and literally kisses Sonic. Which just makes you think, who thought that would be a good idea? Because what's especially laughable is that wasn't even an in-game cinematic. That was one of the few pre-rendered CGI, like, actually well composited cutscenes in the game. So, they took the time to go through all the stages of animation of storyboarding, layout, animation, and finally polishing up and rendering it. And they still thought, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's have Elise kiss Sonic. Or actually, to be more specific, as someone just mentioned, kiss his dead body. Great. Lovely. My favorite. There's a choice in the game where you choose between Amy and Elise. Yeah, okay, literally what I do in that, when I did in that side quest was literally, I say side quest, I say side quest because it has the blue marker above the NPC's head, which is the same indicator for all the side quests, but it is a required town mission you have to do in order to get to Kingdom Valley. But I always pick Amy, and the only reason why is because she's closer than Elise, and you have to go as fast as you possibly can to get the S rank. So it's like you also have to like go out of your way to pick Elise, because Elise is all the way over to the far left side of the screen in a different town almost, and Amy's right in front of you. So I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't even know that Elise is an option. You don't know about Lost Vector, but I would lose my patience with Azran Legacy. Here's the thing: if the Layton prequels are anything like the original trilogy, I can guarantee you I would lose my mind at, well, maybe not lose my mind. That might be an exaggeration. Because here's the thing: now that I've suffered through Danganronpa, I don't know that I would lose my mind at Layton anymore. Because I know how bad things can get, and I'm just like, yep, well, that's about as. That sure is an insane. I don't know why I jumped into that. That sure is an insane Layton plot twist. But I mean, compared to the likes of Danganronpa, it pales in comparison. So, I mean, this isn't well written, but hey, I'd rather play this because honestly, after Danganronpa, I wanted to make a written apology to the Layton games. I just jumped right past that barrel to the Layton games because of how much drastically worse Danganronpa was. You have to leave now? Okay, thanks for tuning in, Hugo. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And I will not take you up on the offer to race you in Sunshine. I will lose miserably and have a miserable time playing that game. But thanks for the offer. Azran Legacy gets absolutely bonkers at the end. So too does every other Layton game, including the crossover, which is... I forgot to mention, the crossover also does the whole fake town thing. It's not exclusive to the original trilogy. You hate every 06 mission, the town missions, or the regular missions? So I can understand the town missions, definitely. Especially because of how many loading screens you have to sit through to get through them all. Vine Valley music is great. Correction, the entire soundtrack is great. Like, genuinely, every song I've ever heard from this game is just incredible. Azran Legacy looks so cool. Looking forward to playing it. Something about it, I don't know. Here's the thing, I don't know anything about the Layton prequels. I generally know not a single thing about any of them. I don't know what happened there. Well, I know what happened, I don't know why I launched immediately. The town missions. Okay, so yeah, I definitely understand the town missions because, for one thing, a lot of them are very repetitive in that it's jump through all the rings or kill all the enemies or etc, etc, etc. Or, in Shadow Story, you get to race the cars, which is actually pain. And it's only further exacerbated by the fact that you have to wait for you have to sit through 3 different loading screens. Well, I think 4, right? Because it's the first one to load the one line of text, the second one to load the actual mission, the third one to load back the victory screen, and then the fourth one to load you back into the hub world. So, and that's only for the standard missions. For ones with multiple stages, like for instance, the Sonic, the Team Sonic mission where you have to do a flying section as Tails, a rock punching section as Knuckles, and then a speed section as Sonic. You have to load between all 3 of those sections, so that adds even more loading screens to the mix. And then for something like the IQ test games or like the brain teaser games, through every level of the brain, like every unique brain teaser puzzle that they have, you have to load into a different brain teaser, which is a max that can add a total of like 7 to 10 loading screens. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm numb to them. At this point, I'm just so numb, because I knew going in that the game had obsessively long loading screens, so I knew to brace for that, but I can completely understand that being very off-putting, and making someone not want to do any of the town missions. I did not expect that to happen. The find the captain is offensively bad. Oh yeah, finding the captain one. I mean, well, so here's the thing. The reason why I didn't have any problems with that is because the guy, if you talk to the guy at the top of the stairs, so like the captain, the guy you talk to activate the mission, who is the captain, is at the bottom of the stairs. The guy, if you talk to the guy at the top of the stairs just past him, he tells you the captain is right down there. So I knew already that he was the captain, so I just talked to him again. But yeah, expecting you to talk to him first to know that is like, maybe don't. Maybe don't. I slipped right off the tire. How long are the loading screens? 1 minute each? I don't know. 40 seconds, do you think? Okay, it might be 40 seconds. I think some of them are longer than others. I mean, they're generally pretty much consistent in terms of, I thought I could bounce off that. I think they're generally consistent in terms of how long they are. But some are, I feel like some are slightly longer and slightly shorter than others. At least Crossover does the fake town plot a little better than any game for the original trilogy. I don't know about, there's a lot about, I did not expect the rope to move. There's a lot about Labyrinthia that doesn't work. Like, there's a lot about just the explanations of how magic works in the cloaking devices, and the fact that no weather effects were ever caught up in the dome over the thing, the invisible crate there. I don't know that I can commit to that, honestly. I don't know that I can say that. The level looks like the Ender level from LEGO Star Wars. Yeah, it kinda does. It kinda looks like the Ewok tree village thing from LEGO Star Wars, for some reason, I don't remember the actual name of it. I know what you're talking about, because I made a full walkthrough on the game that did surprisingly well for the channel. I think it's called, is it just called the Battle of Endor? I think it's just called the Battle of Endor. Because Speeders Showdown is that really crap level that you have to race in speeders a million times over the same track, over and over again. The 2 before that were Jabba's Palace and the Great Pit of Carkoon, which was on, Tatooine with Jabba's Palace. Levels 5, and then level 5 is the Luke vs. Vader / Palpatine showdown, and then into the Death Star is the final race, or like, the final run in the Millennium Falcon to get into the center of the Death Star. So I think it's called Battle of Endor, yeah. Labyrinthia is still better than a whole lot sitting in the center of the Earth. Moderately speaking, maybe, but that doesn't mean Labyrinthia makes any sense. like, at that point, comparing the coherency of all the fake Layton towns is like splitting hairs at that point. So, I wouldn't even bother comparing them at this point. Battle of Endor has always been your favorite level in the game. It's so nostalgic to you. I can see that. If I have to pick my favorite level from any of the games, or any of the LEGO Star Wars levels, I'm not sure. It would probably be one of the ones from Phantom Menace, because I think that's despite the fact that I despise that movie, I've probably played the levels from that one the most. It might be, actually, maybe Hoth Battle. I like I had a lot of fun with Hoth Battle as a kid. Oh, actually, no. My favorite's gonna be Darth Vader. I replayed the Darth Vader, the last level of Revenge of the Sith. I replayed that so many times as a kid. So many times. Just the idea of actually being able to like, face off again. The Battle of the Other Jedi was awesome. I despise Phantom Menace. Well, okay, maybe that's... Despise implies I have enough care about the Star Wars movies to actually conjure up genuine hatred for it. So I guess maybe I chose the wrong word there. But I should say, Phantom Menace is a terrible movie, but I can't say that I hate it, because that implies that I actually I have enough of an emotional attachment to any of the Star Wars movies to despise the Phantom Menace, but it's not well written at all. The prequels are a laughingstock. I mean, I don't really hold any of the Star Wars movies in very high regard, to be honest with you, but the prequels are just... ugh. Levels awesome, especially with co-op. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Co-op made that level even better. Phantom Menace is terrible. I wouldn't say it's worse than sequel trilogy. Well, okay, so the ow, that was not part of the plan. I'm not one to go to for Star Wars analysis, but I have seen I've seen all 9 main Star Wars movies, and the sequels are like an entire other echelon of terrible. I didn't bounce on the tire. An entire other echelon of terrible. But the prequels, that doesn't make any... Because something I've seen a lot of people say is like, well, I mean, the prequels... I mean, look at how bad the sequels are. That means the prequels are so much better. To which I say, no, just because the sequels are literally dog shit doesn't mean the prequels are suddenly good. The prequels are still horrendous. But that's a sentiment I've seen circulating around a lot. Took you months to beat the final Darth Vader boss. Do you mean... Do you mean the boss at the end of the Darth Vader level? Like the level that's actually called Darth Vader? Or do you mean the one that's... or do you mean the... What's it? I can't think straight. Or do you mean the one where Luke and Vader actually face off against each other in the end of Return of the Jedi? Also... okay, let's try this again. Can I... Alright then. What are my thoughts on Empire Strikes Back? I think it's massively overrated. I think it's a film that is saved by... Because there's an effect, I don't remember what it's called, where people will mostly only remember the beginning and the end of whatever they watch. I think I actually heard it referenced in court, like in a legal analysis video, where when it comes to lawyers making their arguments in court, they will often structure them in a way, because a lot of people in the jury will remember mainly what they hear first and what they hear last. And I think that transcends to movies as well, because Empire Strikes Back has a really strong opening and a really strong climax and finale and third act, and the middle chunk drags like hell. So I'm pretty sure the reason why that film was as beloved as it is because, well, maybe to say it's solely because of the Darth Vader twist might be a bit disingenuous, but I think it largely has to do with that final confrontation on Cloud City and the opening scene on Hoth, because the opening Hoth battle is genuinely really great, and the final battle on Cloud City is also genuinely really great. But everything in between those 2 points is a slog to get through. Phantom Menace is your guilty pleasure movie. You know why I like it at all? And that's fine. You don't necessarily need to have an explanation for why... Man, I just cannot make this jump. For why you like things. For instance, I can't necessarily tell you what it is about 06 that I enjoy. I can't necessarily... Okay, roll jump is not working. Like, I know that when I play the game, I have a good time. And not at the expense of the game's quote. Like, I don't laugh at the jokes or jokes. I don't laugh at the glitches or anything. I just genuinely enjoy playing the game. I can't tell you why. I could never explain to you why. But so yeah, I don't think you necessarily need to be able to justify how a guilty pleasure game that you have. All right, that's the second time I failed that. Let's try this again. Maybe third time will be the charm. I'm gonna have to try to use both Donkey and Diddy Kong to get through this here. Fuck this jump, worst part of the game. It's certainly been a pain so far. I keep trying to make the jump, and it is not working out too well for me. Hey everyone, welcome Mr. Sanjon to the stream. We're currently battling a ball of pain in this level. And it's not gone too well, so I need both these guys alive for this. Damn it, okay. Yeah, I am making many mistakes here today. I think this is our first major wall. There, okay, we survived that one, that's good. Just let it pass. Keep on going. You keep on rolling on there, little roly ball. Keep on going. Do I play Smash Brothers? Not regularly. I've played Ultimate before, and I enjoy what I played of it. I have a lot of fun playing it with friends whenever I do play it with friends, which is not very often. Okay, I need to... hold on. There we go. Alright, we got past that one. Now we just gotta get past this. Keep going, keep rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Almost there, almost there. A little bit further to go. Okay, we made it through. Is that it? Oh no, never mind, I forgot we have to get through this. Okay, Donkey Kong, take the hit. There we go. Alright, now it's, oh no. Oh no, okay. Well, nah, I think I might have just screwed myself. Alright, let's try this again. Nope, that's not far enough. Okay, we gotta move fast here. Roll, I gotta roll my way through this. Come on. We can do this. Just roll. Just gotta roll and bounce our... God damn it, can we please just make it through this one enemy? Nope, guess I can't. Sure can't. There we go, there we go, there we go! Did I grab... And I didn't grab the rope. Okay, but we made it through the enemies, that's fine. Just make the jump. There we go, is that the end of the... Oh, thank Christ, Jesus! Finally! Good God almighty. Yes, please and thank you, give me a save point. And yeah, but I do play Smash Brothers. Just not very often. And I did all the or not all, I did most of the classic modes for Ultimate. Just not all of them. What age better, Super Mario Kart or Sonic Adventure? Easily Sonic Adventure, and it's not even close. Sonic Adventure has some painful moments, but the key word is some. Some painful moments. Not the entire thing is not painful. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just want to get to... I keep trying to jump over this thing, but jumping over to get Donkey Kong just lends me on the ledge up there. Okay, there we go, there we go. There we go. Finally, Sonic Adventure has some painful moments, whereas Super Mario Kart, the entirety of that game is nothing but pain. Oh, dear God. So, Sonic Adventure is easily aged significantly better than Super Mario Kart. By a long... Oh, that's a drop. Alright, got it. Please rewind to where I want you to go. Thank you. How far am I in Sonic Adventure? I have made it to Tales of Story. And you'll see the finale of Sonic's story go up tomorrow. Damn it. There we go. Roll through. Thank you. That's what we had in mind. I'm pretty sure I landed on that ledge there. You've never seen Star Wars, but you saw some clips of The Last Jedi. You think name Kylo Ren, say more, and Rise of Skywalker, they fly now. They fly now is a line in The Rise of Skywalker, which is laughable when they say, they fly now? They fly now. Who is my most hated Sonic character? I don't think I have one. I don't really cast much aspersion against any. God damn it. I don't hold aspersions against any of the Sonic characters, I don't think. You're interested in how many parts the other character stories are going to be? Ow, damn it. Not as many as Sonic, that's for sure. I'm guessing probably 2 or 3 for most of them. The worst Sonic character is the Secret Rings designer. Yes, yeah. How old am I? I'm a day older than I was yesterday. My most hated will be big, trust me. Maybe in terms of gameplay, because I gotta be honest. I've really enjoyed Sonic Adventure, but I'm not looking forward to go fishing in Sonic Adventure. I'm down to play as Tails and Knuckles, even Amy, and I'm willing to give the robot a shot, because if the robot's gameplay is anything like Omega's from, Sonic 06, I'm certainly willing to give it a shot. But fishing? No. I'm not super jazzed. Oh, really? They jumped out of the... Okay. I guess they jumped out of who knows where. I'm not looking for... Really? A barrel that... Man, there's a lot of stuff in this game that just comes from off-screen. You have exceedingly little amount of time to react to it. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to going fishing in a Sonic game. Gamma's story was great, mostly. I will have to wait and see for myself. Sequels and prequels you have ironic enjoyment for. In the few and far between Rise of Dragwalker, The Last Boar, and Attack of the Slow Pace. Widescreen really helped this game. Yeah, widescreen would be great. The ability to see things coming from all, because if I just had like a little bit more space to see things, that'd be great. Just being able to look at to see what's coming in ahead of me. Because once I saw him, the first time I saw him, or sorry, the first time I got killed by the barrel was just like I literally couldn't have seen that coming. Every other time after that was me not jumping correctly. But the first time I saw that barrel, I could not have possibly jumped to that in time, because there's no time to react before you're dead. So yeah, widescreen would definitely help this game out a lot. You've seen many people hate on Amy. I can see that. Because from what I understand, her character was converted basically to Sonic! And then that was her whole character. I think, I'm not the authority on Amy lore, but I think my understanding of it is that she, at some point, did have more character, and then at some point they changed her to, actually, no, you have no character now except for Sonic! Big would be fun if they actually taught you the fishing controls. Oh, they don't explain the fishing controls? Oh, good. So, back-to-back in chat we have, that was always her character, followed up by Amy, like most of the characters, were Flanderized. Implying that there was more character before that point. I am now confusion. I am now the big confusion. You liked Amy before she was Sonic? I do not know of a time when Amy wasn't Sonic! But I'm willing to believe that such a time did exist. So basically what happens with 06 and Amy. Hey, remember the conversation in Sonic 06? When Amy and Elise are talking about going on a date with a guy? And encouraging Elise to ask him out, unbeknownst to the fact that they're talking about the same blue hedgehog? Man, that was great. That was fun. That was a grand old time. That definitely wasn't painful at all. Wasn't she always like that? So, here's the thing. Some people are in chat are saying that she was always like that. Some people are saying that she was Flanderized and that there was a character to her before she was just Sonic. So, I don't know what to... I don't know how to answer that, I guess. Amy had more to her back then. Not much, but she had something. Something is better than what she had, what I've seen, what I know of Amy, which is just Sonic. That was as good as the subplot of Suits Season 8. I think it might actually be worse. Not that that's saying much. By the way, did you finish Season 8, or are you still trudging your way through that dumpster fire? Oh, God, okay, I need to slow down a bit. Nope, I got cornered by the ball. In Sonic CD, she had literally no character. Which Yeah, I guess that's to be expected. Because none of them had character. From my understanding, I don't think any of them had character there. Finish the show. Congratulations, you survived Season 8. So was Season 9 worth it? Did you think that getting to Season 9 was worth suffering through Season 8? Because I wholeheartedly believe that for as awful as Season 8 is, getting to the final Season 9 payoff is absolutely worth the ride. Sonic Boom Amy is pretty good in the cartoon. I have seen a couple clips of Sonic Boom. I don't think I need to watch the rest of the show. Oh, damn it. Your least favorite Sonic character is Infinite. I forgot he was even I honestly forgot he was even a character. But I also have not played much of Sonic Forces beyond, I think the furthest I got in that game was the level where you rescue Sonic from the giant spaceship thing when you play as your original Sonic OC character. Oh my god. That's the furthest I got. You beg me to give Sonic Boom another shot? Maybe one day. I didn't throw that well at all. I did it again. Do I like Donkey Kong Country? Yeah, it's fun. It has some questionable moments, for sure. The minecart level's one. The inability to see a lot of the attacks coming until it's too late is eh. But yeah, overall I'm having a good time. It's fun for the most part. You can make a Sonic TV shirt in that game. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. I've played, like I said, give Sonic Boom another shot, don't I believe in second chances? So I'm guessing you must be new here, because I gave Danganronpa a second shot, and look how that went. So yes, I believe in second chances. And the last time I tried that, it went horribly. I also just fell off the map. So, yeah. But overall, I do enjoy Donkey Kong Country. Even in spite of some of its more questionable moments. Can't wait for my Rise of Lyric Let's Play. That's gonna be a long ways away. Cause isn't that the most, not the most recent, it's like the second most recent Sonic game, right? It goes Lost World, and then Sonic from Rise of Lyric, and then is Forces next after that? I'm not sure. I think it might be. That's just one game and all of them are the same. Okay, so the point I'm making is that I do believe in second chances because I gave Danganronpa another shot. I am more than willing to give things another shot. I'm telling you, maybe one day I will watch the show. Maybe I won't. I don't know, but the more people pester me about it, the less I actually want to do it. So maybe, who knows? Lost World on 3DS has some abysmal level design. From what I know about Lost World, even on the Wii U, it has some, interesting level design. Team Sonic, why did you make a Sonic game where you make your own OC? You don't realize your own fandom? Well, Sonic also made the, they also had the big brain idea to make a Sonic movie server. So, yeah. Rise of Lyric is one of those games your 4-year-old cousin would play on their Wii U. That is a great way to describe it. Don't give games second chances. You shouldn't have gave Danganronpa a second chance. Well, you say that, and for the sake of my mental health, I probably shouldn't have. But it also helped me grow my channel out significantly. Like, 2021 was a big year for the channel, in large part due to Danganronpa. Now, granted, it was also very painful because of the turmoil that was dealing with the comment sections on my V3 Let's Play. But, you know, it was worth it in the long run. Overall. Is I enjoyed 1 and 2? For the most part, but there were still some bits that were, like, the end of 1 was awful. Chapter 3 of 1 was awful. Chapter chapters 2 and 3, and chapters 2 and 3 of 2 were awful. Chapter 5 was good until the ending was revealed, at which point it all fell apart. The ending of 2 was horrendous, and then at that point it was all downhill from there. Just a constant downward spiral because Danganronpa 2.5 was atrocious, and then Ultra Desperados was even worse, and then Danganronpa 3 was somehow defied expectations to be the worst of the bunch, and then we conclude with V3, which is, well, among the worst, I should say. This is extremely precise timing. Yes, extremely precise timing. At least 2.5 was so bad it's good. Was it? I just felt pain. I just felt pain watching that. You still will never forgive Danganronpa for wasting all of Celestia's potential to be a smart culprit. Yeah, so that's one of my biggest problems with that chapter, is she should not have acted in the boneheaded way that she did. Nothing she did was in character with her. With how she was established to act prior to that point, that was completely contradictory to her personality. Don't forget Danganronpa S. Yeah, Danganronpa S was nightmare fuel of a different variety. But I also didn't give that game much of, that's one thing. On the topic of second chances, I'm not giving that game a second chance. And that does not mean I don't believe in second chances. Those are not conflicting statements. Believe it or not. It's quite a shocker, I know. But, that game was just a nightmare. Just boring as shit. Well, no, the beginning, like, 20 minutes was laughable. And then after that, it was just painful. Painful and boring. So, as at least didn't do any more damage to the story. As far as I'm concerned, that's true. However, I believe there is actually, they do try to make a story. I think that once you max everyone out, there's like a graduation chapter or something that gives you, that they try to tell an actual proper Danganronpa story there. So maybe it does do more damage. I don't know, and at this point, I don't really care because I'm not playing through Danganronpa and engaging in the gacha game mechanics just for the chance of potentially getting more story bits. That's not happening. Alright, Diddy, get up there, thank you. I still couldn't get over my reactions to the visually stunning JPEGs moving across the screen. I think that was probably one of the highlights of the stream. Because it was just so embarrassingly awful that I don't think anyone could defend it. How isn't it a conflicting statement? Are you a troll? You can't possibly think that's a serious question to ask. I'm not giving this game a second chance. Also, I believe in second chances. How do you possibly think that's conflicting? Unless you're trolling, in which case I don't fucking give a shit. There's a graduation chapter. Don't worry, it's not bad. Okay, so long as it doesn't do any more damage. Because, I mean, at this point, they've already broken so much, there's not much left to break. Yeah, and don't forget all the microtransactions. The gacha game system microtransaction BS that infects every aspect of Danganronpa S. The fact that that got through any kind of testing. He believes in second chances, not for literally everything, not conflicting. Wait, what's that? Are you someone capable of understanding nuance and understanding that everything isn't black and white? Wow, I didn't think that was possible. Man, I'm just blown away. This is a truly shocking revelation. You can believe in the concept of second chances while also simultaneously not be willing to give a second chance to literally fucking everything. Wow, what a stunning concept. Fucking Christ. It also reuses sprites and art. Yeah, it reuses all the assets, and then everything new it tries to conjure out, it just fails miserably. Breaking news, the color gray exists. Stunning. Your parents brought the Switch 4, you haven't even opened it? I'm assuming you're referring to Danganronpa Decadence, in which case, yeah, probably for the best. I mean, there's a part of me that's curious, because someone bought Danganronpa V3, so I bought the Danganronpa Decadence collection for me as a gift. Not maliciously. Like, it was genuinely... They did have noble intentions, because they thought it was something I would enjoy, because they saw that I played through the games in the channel, like, hey, I bet you'll like this. So, you know, I don't hold any ill will towards them, because they didn't mean... They didn't have ill intentions when trying to give it to me. So yeah, I own the collection, is the long story short. Now, the question is whether I even give it a shot, because I'm considering playing through V3 when I have to record footage or something. I'm considering playing it on the Switch, just because I'm morbidly curious to see precisely how broken and how horribly unoptimized the game actually is. So, are we doing rope climbing, wall jumping here? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh god. Okay, nope, don't fall now. We're fine. We're fine. This is annoying. There we go. For my sake, please don't. Well, I mean, I think it's, like, I already own it. Someone already gifted it to me, so it's not like I'm gonna be spending any money on it. I just have to... It would just be a matter of me playing the game. And again, like I said, there is a part of me that is just so curious to find out how unoptimized it actually is. Because if the PS5 couldn't even load Chapter 4, how the hell is the Switch gonna load it at any decent rate? And I know the Switch is capable of doing it, because I played the Greatest Attorney Chronicles and the Ace Attorney Trilogy on the Switch. And whenever they had to flash back to a different scene, it didn't take 8 million years to load. The game lags a lot. I have heard as much. But, like I said, I'm kind of curious to find out. Oh, no, not this, nope. I don't want to get that. I don't want to go nope, don't want to get this. I do not, no. I learned my lesson last time. Bonus level equals bad. Bonus level equals bad. Now I just gotta get out of this area somehow. The loading time of Chapter 4 is exactly the same as PS5. Really? That's stunning. I would have expected it to be much longer if the PS5 would struggle to do it. That's because the developers of Greatest Attorney were competent? Yeah, they were. They were extremely competent people. They understand how game design and storytelling works. It can't be as poorly optimized as Security Breach, that's impossible. But yeah, because Security Breach is a broken video game. Also, this thing is gonna screw me over. I think I need to get off this thing before I'm gonna succeed here. Security Breach is a game that doesn't actually function properly. Like, none of the mechanics work as intended on top of being poorly optimized. Chapter 6, the game drops into single digits. Jesus, that's like... Well, I was gonna name a game, but that would spoil the upcoming video. There's other games that are similar to that, I guess. Imagine if Security Breach was on Switch. Yeah, could you even imagine? Wait, I can fly with the ostrich by mashing the jump button? I did not know that. I wouldn't have had to give up the ostrich if I knew that. Alright then. Duly noted. Superman Return isn't that bad looking back. I have never played it. I'll take your word for it. Security Breach Cloud version. Oh god, now. Security Breach Cloud version on the Switch. You've described the worst thing ever created. You've described the apex of torture. I would know it could fly if I played the bonus game. Yeah, so remember at the beginning of the stream when we did the bonus game in the minecart? And it took me back to the beginning of the stage? Yeah, we're not doing that again. I'm pretty sure I made it crystal clear at the beginning. I'm not doing any more bonus levels. You don't believe Security Breach is play tested? Me either. I honestly don't believe it either. You can't convince me. Because if some of the issues are just so blatant. And there's a lot of stuff that I didn't even find. Like stuff that other people, just watch Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Corey Kenshin, GT Live, Dawko, any of their playthroughs. any YouTuber on this platform, watch anybody play through the game, and you're gonna find way more glitches than what I highlighted in my montage video earlier this week. It's impressively great. More off-screen barrels. It's impressively awful. There's no chance in the world that game was playtested, because if anybody playtested it for even a single second, they would have found the issues that we were finding. There's no way. What would I want to see in a Gaming Magic 13 fan art? I wouldn't want to impose any restrictions or anything on that. If you, you can make whatever you would want. I wouldn't want to impose any restrictions or anything like that on anybody. Feel free to express your creativity however you want, however you like. You know the scene the fans appear into the screen right before the final argument armament? That's when it happens. Again, sadly, I can believe that. You could tell that Markiplier didn't want to play it. I don't know if I'd say that. Because I think at the end of the day, I think in his final episode, I think he still says he came away enjoying it. And honestly, I have mad respect for him for managing to keep his cool throughout most of that playthrough. Because if I were him, I would not have been able. I mean, you heard me in my montage. I did not keep my cool playing that at all. I lost it several times because of how broken the game was. Whatever you want that is not NSFW. Within reason. I thought that one without saying, but I can clarify, I guess. But yeah, Markiplier, I have mad props to him for sticking through it all the way to the end. And for keeping his, I mean, he's still, he got very angry when Freddy was fucking with him. When he was trying to call Freddy towards him. And then he just wasn't coming. And then he was waiting behind Monty on the stairs to get to him, and he was just screaming Freddy over and over again. It's an infamous clip. That he lost it, because at that point it's like, oh, I think that was probably just a tipping point for him. But yeah, I don't know if I'd say he didn't want to play it, but he definitely, I don't think it was a painless experience, that's for damn sure. You gave up when your save data corrupted after you beat Moon with the generators. Yeah, that thankfully it didn't happen to me, but it did happen to a lot of other people with save data corrupting. Games crashing when you try to load, games crashing just in the middle of things. So. Oh, and remember, kids, if you don't want to get stunned by a laser gun, just wear sunglasses. That makes sense, right? It doesn't even make sense that will protect him from the Phas Cam, but it sure as hell would not protect him from the Phas Blaster laser gun. That makes no goddamn sense. Oh, that's a fast boy. That makes absolutely no sense. You have nightmares about what you could have bought with the $40 you spent on Security Breach. Yeah, that was a complete waste. And I'd also, again, a gentle reminder, when FNAF World came out, and it was critically panned, Scott immediately pulled it from Steam and refunded everybody's money, whether they wanted it or not. And it only costs $10. Security Breach costs $40. And no such refunds have been offered, despite it being in an arguably worse state than what Cyberpunk 2077 was in when that launched. So, you know, just putting it out there. You running out of the bank with all the money because your sunglasses will protect you against the police bullets. Yeah, you're indestructible. Just put on the sunglasses and you can't be stopped. Nothing can stop you. Sunglasses are the be-all end-all of defense. You don't think you ever got your FNAF World refund? You still have your Steam copy? I think I did, but I don't think... I think I got my refund, but I think it is still in my Steam library. So it's weird. Oh, this is gonna be a level with no lights, is it? Oh, fun. I can't wait to fall into pits I can't see. The sunglasses feels like it would be a Henry Stickmin joke. It does, doesn't it? Like, that genuinely feels like a Henry Stickmin joke. You think they released it free? Yeah, I think what might have happened, because I think Scott released update 2 for both the Game Jolt and Steam versions. So I think what might have happened is that it might have been re-added to your Steam library after the refund if you still had it. Maybe, I don't know. It's weird. That's why everyone in the Matrix wears them. Yeah, that's the BL. I didn't want to jump into the fire. That's the real reason why. Roxy doesn't even look like an animatronic, just a mascot suit. Yeah, it's... I mean, I'm fine with the animatronics, like the actual design of the animatronics, for the most part. That's the least of my problems with... Okay, this is... There, we land here, land there. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're safe. Wait, you're no longer safe. I don't really have any problems with the design of the animatronics. It's just the actual gameplay and the design of the game itself that's a bit of a nightmare. Security breach also ruined Help Wanted because you were so interested in the story, but now you can't enjoy it knowing what it leads to. Yeah, that's kinda how I feel about Virtue's Last Reward, honestly. Because Virtue's Last Reward had such an intriguing premise that was literally thrown away in Zero Time Dilemma. They just cast it in, You're disappointed the open world is one of the least scary. Yeah, it's... I didn't want to do that. Security Breach had so much potential that was just wasted. Absolutely wasted by the people who made it. They never should have tackled the game of that scale. They clearly do not have the talent or resources to be able to make a game of that scale. Okay? That's not a floor. That is still not a floor. Is there a floor on the other side of this? Well, I guess we'll find out. You like Roxy a lot. Honestly, she's one of your favorite FNAF characters. Excuse me, sorry. I can't honestly say that any of the FNAF Security Breach characters are my favorite because when they're all constantly teleporting around the map, I kind of don't like any of them, to be honest with you. Especially Monty. I think I hate Monty out of all of them. I actually despise Monty. And no, it's not for the reasons you might think, because Monty's design is so cartoonish that I don't actually fear... I don't fear him the same way I fear the Emperor's Tomb one, because it's kind of the same thing in this game. Like, I know that King K. Rool is in this game, but I don't fear him because his design is so cartoonish that, like, I can't really feel any sense of dread, whereas Emperor's Tomb is designed to look realistic. So, there's that. Your 2-year-old brother trying to open the cabinet door with a wooden spoon is scarier than FNAF Security Breach. I think there's a lot of things that are scarier than FNAF Security Breach. You said there's a light that lights the level? Well, now, yeah, I died to reset it. There we go. There's the light. We have the light now. There we go. Maybe now we can see what we're doing. But yeah, as for the whole, wasting the potential of the previous story thing, that's what happened with Virtue's Last Reward, because I was really genuinely intrigued as to how Security Breach was how Virtue's Last Reward was going to go on with Zero Time Dilemma, and we're never gonna, that was dumb, and we're never gonna see what that became, because for some reason they just abandoned it all. You can see, yeah, we can see clearly now the rain is gone. Imagine if I actually beat the level with no light source. That'd be nuts. He has the least scary jump scare. As someone else has mentioned, that implies that any of the jump scares are even remotely scary. I don't... Like, when I got my first jump scare against Chica, I was just like, really? That's it? Nothing at all? Okay. Like, I just... And you might say that that's just because I'm numb to them at this point, but I don't think so. Because even when I was replaying, like, Sister Location and Pizzeria Simulator... I still got jumped by a couple of them. Well, actually, no, not because I didn't die in Sister Location at any point. I did all the Sister Location stuff just fine. But Pizzeria Simulator, that game is hard. I think that is easily the hardest game of the series, and I definitely got jumped by a lot of, especially in the salvage minigame. So, I don't think it's that I'm numb to jump scares. It's just that I think it's just that Security Breach's jump scares are actually laughable. You were afraid that I would beat the level without the light and criticize the game for the level for bad level design? I wanted to see how far I could get, because I saw the message, but I wanted to see if I could get it, if I could actually do it without the light source, but eventually I just gave up. It wasn't worth the challenge to try to do it. You'd say Ultimate Custom Night is hardest? Well, okay, fine. I'll walk back my statement to, of the main story games, it's the hardest, but obviously Ultimate Custom Night has 50 of them all at once, so I guess that wins, technically, but in terms of, like, the main story because Ultimate Custom Night was originally designed to be the custom night for Pizza Race Simulator, but then it just evolved and ballooned into its own game. But of the main storyline campaigns, I think Pizza Race Simulator is definitely the hardest. You think Pizza Simulator brought back more random chance? I don't know if I can put it that far. That's the first, because here's the thing. FNAF 2 is random chance. It's entirely RNG as to whether the animatronics block your light, because when Foxy's because of the way Collecting Fusion works, you can't flash your light at Foxy if animatronics are in the middle of moving, through the halls. Meaning that if Withered Bonnie or Toy Chica are moving through the hall and Foxy is also there, you can't flash your light at Foxy. So that's the RNG element, and that you might literally be unable to stop Foxy if you get bad RNG. So that's what RNG comes from. But Pizza Race Simulator, that's the first time, because I beat that by myself before I even saw any other big YouTubers beat it, and I did it not with the use of anyone else's predetermined strategy. I sat there and thought about what's the best way to do this, and I came up with a strategy for success on my own. And just because of analyzing how the animatronics moved and the best way to utilize all the sound ventilation and the motion detectors and the audio lures and all that, I was very proud of myself when I beat. The video's still on YouTube. You can go watch my original Pizza Race Simulator Let's Play. It's a crap video. I don't like that video at all because I'm dead silent during Saturday. During the Saturday nighttime survival sequence. I know it's not nighttime, but I'm gonna call it the nighttime sequence so that you know what I'm talking about. The office survival sequence at nighttime, you know what I mean? I was dead silent for that one. Because I had to focus so intently on what was actually happening. Because it's so audio-centric, the slightest movement in any of the vents around you have to be instant. You have to react instantly. So, that's one of my proudest gaming accomplishments, is beating that final night. And the reward for doing it is Henry's final speech. And I adore the ending to that game so much, and the fact that Security Breach spits all over it is, I'm gonna rip that game to shreds. I'm gonna tear it to pieces, and without remorse. I hate that game so much. Harder than Ultimate Custom Night? Well, like I said, I think that's a bit of that's a whole other echelon, but of the main story campaigns, Pizza Race Simulator is the hardest. You've never never seen any FNAF things in your life. You saw the glitch video. I got jump scared. You weren't scared at all. Yeah, I generally don't think the game is scary. Even Markiplier, when he got jump scared, I think he did jump when the map bot attacked him. When you step out of the elevator into the Pizzaplex, and the map bot appears out of nowhere and says, "Hi, please take this map. Take a map. Free map." That I think did scare him. But it's because it's a cheap bullshit jump scare. But even that didn't get me. That just did not get me. So the game is just not. I think it's also because you can see the animatronics coming a million miles away, whereas in other games, you don't know they're there until they kill you. So, yeah. The robot that follows you when you're not looking is the most scary. Oh yeah, the endos. Well, that's. You're referring to the endoskeletons that when you don't look at like the red light green light mechanic of if you look at them they move and if you don't if you look at them they don't move, if you don't then they move, kind of thing. I wasn't afraid of them, I was just pissed off by them because of how absurdly fast they move and how little room you have to navigate the levels themselves. As someone who is a weenie when it comes to horror games, you can confirm that the jump scares of Security Breach are not that scary. Not even remotely. Not even remotely scary. Who is a sunflower character when you are turning on the generators in the playhouse? So, I believe they're called Sundrop and Moondrop. I don't, if there are any FNAF lore aficionados in the chat, you can feel free to correct me, but I believe their names are Sundrop and Moondrop. I think. I don't know for sure, though. FNAF 2 is absurdly hard. The main game, not so much. I can beat FNAF 2's main campaign first try with no issues. But the 10-20 mode is bullshit. And the only way to get through it is to brute force your way through luck. Because FNAF 1's 20-20-20-20 mode is actually a pretty good challenge and a test of skill. FNAF 2's is pure RNG. FNAF 3's is bullshit because of how absurdly... It's not RNG, it's just unfairly difficult because of how quickly Springtrap moves through the facility. FNAF 4 is a good test of skills, as is Sister Location post-patch, not so much pre-patch. Pizzeria Simulator, like I said, is the best test. Like, I'm really proud of how I did there because of how much of a test of skill it is. And 50-20 mode is just awful. I have no idea how Dako had the strength to push through that. I never could have done that. The FNAF series needs a hard reboot. Well, it just needs to disavow Security Breach's canonicity. That would fix most of it. But also, you're right, they should not have continued the series after... Not Pizzeria Simulator. I would push that to Ultimate Custom Night. I think they shouldn't have made anything else beyond Ultimate Custom Night. They should have stopped at Ultimate Custom Night and called it a day there. If they wanted to make FNAF VR and make it not have any lore connections to anything at all, and just be a self-contained collection of fun minigames, that would be fine. But they didn't do that. They instead chose to make it actually have lore connections and then abandon those lore connections in Security Breach. It's just a disaster. Would there not be anyone's video for Pizzeria Simulator? If you're referring to, like, someone going dead silent for the final night, I think Markiplier does actually try to speak during his playthrough of that night. I'm not sure, though. But I think most Let's Players do try to talk a little bit between the things. You don't like jump scares? You don't think jump scares are real horror? Jump scare is something that scares you for a few seconds, but the feeling quickly disappears. So yeah, the reason why jump scares are cheap is because they don't scare you, they shock you. Like it'd be the same thing as if someone, teleported in front of you. Like, let's say, your best friend teleports in front of you. And you're gonna be stunned by it, like, you'll be shocked by it, because you'll be like, Jesus Christ, you pulled a Toy Story 4 and teleported in front of me. But it's not gonna scare you because you know it's just your friend. So, it's not a long-lasting, fearful impact, whereas something like Doki Doki Literature Club has a long-lasting impact. Which, for as laughable as that sounds, that stuck with me for quite a while. The ending of budget cuts stick with me for quite a while. Hell, even some of the FNAF VR minigames stick with you for quite a while because the atmosphere is genuinely compelling and not just jump scares. Security Breach is a stressful game for all the wrong reasons. Yes, it is. It's stressful because you're afraid of you're stressing about whether the game's gonna soft lock you or worse, hard lock you out of being able to progress any further. Not because you're stressing out about anything that's legitimately scary about it. It's just Sun and Moon. Those are names fans. Oh, okay, so those are the fan names for the characters. Got it. Understood. I thought those were the canon names, but I guess I was wrong. The lore is very convoluted at this point. You have no idea. You actually have no idea. If you think the lore is convoluted based on just the games, wait till you find out about the books, which include things like Phasgoo, which, brace yourselves for this. Phasgoo is a thing that you hook yourself up to, and then the goo steals your skin and leaves you as a blob of goo on the floor. I am not kidding when I say that. Like, that is if you just look up Phasgoo and try not to die. It's like trying not to die of pain, I guess. It's awful. You know what a soft lock is, but what's a hard lock? So a soft lock is something like, you're stuck in a pit and you literally can't escape it. And there's no way to kill yourself because because there's no like traps or anything in a pit, so you haven't lost technically because you can't die, like you haven't gotten a game over screen, but you can't progress any further because the game will not allow you to. That's what it means to soft lock yourself. Hard locking is like the game mechanically is not letting you progress because when you try to boot up your game, the save data is corrupted, or it keeps crashing when you try to do a certain thing, making you mechanically incapable of progressing any further. You know, stuff like that. But there's other wacky stuff that happened in the books. I'm trying to think of some of the other examples of really insane things that happened in because the Fazbear Frights books really mess with the lore a lot. The Fazgoo is the most obvious example, but I know there's more that I'm probably forgetting right now. There's a story called Blackbird, where there's this mysterious black bird that haunts people. There's a Freddy toy that, like, drives someone off the cliffs or something. There's a gumdrop angel thing that for birthday parties, the kid eats the nose of the gumdrop angel, and then when they eat it, they become a gumdrop creation, and then they become the new animatronic that goes to the pizzeria, and then the next kid eats them. It's really horrifying and disturbing and bizarre as all hell. And there's a bunch of other stuff. There's a time-traveling ball pit. It's weird. If you just look up some of the Fazbear Fright stories, it's a rabbit hole that you don't really want to go down. You never forgot. I fucking forgot. You just reminded me of another one. Springtrap male pregnancy story. I completely fucking forgot that one. Jesus. Yeah, so Marie's not kidding there. There is legitimately a Fazbear Fright story about a developer who's working on, I think they're working on a FNAF VR game, and then Springtrap becomes one with them and, like, impregnates a male developer, and then gives, like, I think he stabs himself in the stomach, and then births Springtrap out of his stomach. I'm not fucking joking. I know you don't believe me. I don't blame you. I wouldn't believe me either. But there is legitimately a story in one of the Fazbear Frights books. No. I know you don't believe me. I know you think I'm lying. I know you think I'm trying to pull a funny prank. I'm not. I'm not lying to you. Marie, please back me up on this one. That is a thing in the Fazbear Frights books. We need to get MatPat on this. Yeah, I imagine MatPat read that and he was just like, what the fuck do you want me to do with this shit? What's the name of the story? I wish I knew. I'm not sure which. I think it's called, is it called In the Flesh? Does that sound right? I think it's called In the Flesh. I think it's in the 5th Fazbear Frights book. That's fan art bait. Oh, I'm sure there's horrific fan art about that. I'm not gonna search for it, but I can guarantee you it exists, yeah. Yeah, I'm not kidding, that's a thing. There is genuinely a Fazbear Fright story where a game developer gets impregnated by the code inside his video game, which is Springtrap, and then he has to stab himself in the stomach to, to give birth to Springtrap, essentially. It is horrific. I don't know how the hell anyone thought that'd be anything other than the worst idea for a story ever imaginable. FNAF lore is batshit now? Yeah, you have no clue. You've read it yourself, you regret it so bad, it's one of the worst things you've ever seen unironically. There's also one where a guy gets a Balloon Boy toy, and the Balloon Boy toy gives him advice on what to do, and eventually it leads to him, like, cutting off his eyelids and shaving himself and stuff like that to, I don't know why. It's bad. It's really, really bad. The degree to which FNAF lore has gone off the rails is unfathomable. To the point where you all probably thought I was telling a funny joke when I said the thing about Springtrap in pregnancy story. I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't believe me either. Time traveling ball pit. Yep, the first ever Fazbear Fright story is about a kid who jumps into a ball pit at the pizzeria and he travels back in time to the 80s. I'm not lying, that's a thing. It's not as bad as the Springtrap story, but it sure is a thing. Someone with that fetish made to that to incentivize people making art of that. Probably. But what baffles me is that Scott Cawthon had to sign off on that. He was like, yes, this is a good story. I approve of this for the lore of my games. Yep, go ahead. Go ahead and write it. I don't get it. Have I ever played Five Nights at Candy's? No, but I've heard it's good. How do you get impregnated by code? I have no fucking idea. I was gonna say I would read it again to give better context, but then I realized I don't want to read it again. Once was enough. So excuse me? That gear just came out of nowhere. Okay, let me hide out here for a second then. Okay, that was interesting. We're just gonna leave it as the world may never know. How does that make any sense biologically speaking? It doesn't. But it's a thing that happened. I don't know. To think people once claimed Sonic 06 is the worst game in the world for being an unfinished mess. Yeah, they had no idea what FNAF had in store for them in the future. You've searched for Fazgoo, can't find anything. Okay, so I guess I can try to think of the story itself. Let me... So, instead of searching Fazgoo, by the way, when I say goo, I mean like G-O-O, not G-E-W. But if you wanna... You might have better luck if you search the name of the story. So, I believe it's in the 7th Fazbear Frights book, which is called The Cliffs. And the name of the story itself is He Told Me Everything. Look up FNAF, He Told Me Everything. That might give you better results. Did they invent this pregnancy plot just to parody that alien scene? I don't know why we can try to come up with explanations. I got nothing for you guys. I have no idea how or why this ever got approved. But it's insane that it did. The same way you can shoot programmed codes of electromagnetism. Yeah, it makes Ultra Despair Girl's concept of a hacking gun make moderate sense by comparison, I guess. You recommend I play some FNAF fan games in the future? Some of them are better than the official series. Thing is, I would play them, but I guarantee you most of the audience does not care about that. So, maybe on my own time, but probably not for the channel. How can you give birth from cutting open your stomach? Well... So, I mean... The better... I mean, I think you're focusing on the wrong part here. You should be focusing on the fact that it's not a woman that gives birth, it's a man that gives birth. Like, biologically, what? Although it is worth noting that C-sections do exist for giving birth, so that's not the best way to phrase it. I would focus more on the idea of, you know, the fact that a man can even give, like, I'm much more focused on the fact that it's a male pregnancy, not the actual, because C-sections are a thing that exists. Fazbear Frights prediction. Bonnie toy that makes you piss nails and throw up molten metal bars, and at the end, Chica jumps out of your ass. The fact that is not completely far-fetched. I guess if he was a trans man, sure, but it's Scott Cawthon writing, I doubt he is. Yeah, I don't think that's what was going on there. I mean, if that's how they wanted to explain it, then sure, but I think you and I both know that's not what they had in mind when they wrote that story. Like, I think you and I knew both well that that's probably not what they were intending with that. You just came back and the first thing you hear is a man giving birth. Yeah, you missed some stuff, didn't you, Trick or Trick? You missed, quite some dialogue. That's the thing. I blocked it from my mind. I legitimately forgot that was even a story that exists. But then it was brought up in chat, I'm like, oh no, you've reminded me of the torture that is that game, or that story, wah. Welcome to insanity. Yeah, I don't... all the while, I'm playing a monkey game in the background. So, you know, welcome to the stream. Insanity's unfolding. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, so if anyone just joined the stream and you don't know what we're talking about right now, rewind like 5 minutes and you'll get some context. It's, oh boy, it's something. It is something, alright. So a man gets impregnated by its code. Yeah, so a male developer working on a FNAF VR game gets impregnated by the code of the game and then gives birth to an animatronic by cutting open his stomach with a knife. Don't fucking ask me how that makes any sense at all. A trans man can give birth to a male seahorse, stupid idiots. Yeah, I don't think that's what they were intending when they wrote that story. I do not believe that was what was going through their mind. Yes, some poor sap tuned into the stream just to watch me play Donkey Kong Country, and then they're like, what the fuck are they talking about in the background? Plot twist, he was a male seahorse. Ba-ba-bum! And thus the FNAF lore becomes even more insane. But yeah, Waffles, did you find any information about the, he told me everything story? I think you might be able to find more details about the Fazgoo if you search that. Because that is messed up, that story. Someone's gonna be like, I just wanted the monkey game, man. And now here we are talking about animatronics being birthed out of stomachs. You know, I'm gonna ask her what you just heard. So, if you want more context, feel free to rewind like 5 minutes in the stream, and you'll see what we're talking about. Although it might be better if you don't, for your own sanity. You think that the male pregnancy thing we're talking about is how Security Breach was born? Possibly. You just looked it up? Yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it? It's something. These books just want to shock you so bad it's sad and they succeed, that's for fucking sure. Yeah, here's the thing. I think the earlier ones actually do a good job. Specifically, the Plush Trap story in book 2, and, there's another good one. I think there were some other good ones that I don't remember right now. Oh, the Lonely Freddy one was another good one that I liked a lot. There are some good stories in the Fazbear Frights books, but a lot of them are just like, look at this obviously horrific and disturbing thing that happens. Oh, one more thing. The one where, I forget what it's called. It's the last story in book 4, where it's like, Chica, it ends with Chica leading the girl away. I think it's called Coming Home. That one was really, really good. And even Dance With Me I enjoyed. So there are some good stuff there. You think they're originally going to only be 5 books? You wish they kept it that way. That's what I was going to say next. It feels like after the original 5 books, they kind of didn't have any more ideas. They kind of just flew off the rails at that point. Because now we have Fazgoo and the Blackbird storyline and the Cliffs and just everything. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, by the way. I'm sure there's some that I forgot. The Breaking Wheel. That's one. What else is in book 6? I forget what else is in book 6. Book 6 was Blackbird. Oh, The Real Jake was phenomenal. That one was really, really good. Because that wasn't even... That one was just a sad story. Not even a disturbing story. That was just sad. So I like that one. Hide and Seek was... Yeah, book... I think I just blocked a lot of this shit out of my memory, to be honest with you. I just deliberately made an effort to purge my brain from all this stuff. You were looking through search results, you found Fazgoo ASMR. I mean, I'm not surprised, but, Donkey Kong doesn't have a time-traveling ball pit. 0 out of 10. Yeah, where's my time-traveling ball pit? Where's my Fazgoo? I demand the Fazgoo. You don't even know which story is worse. Security Breach that ruined Pizzeria Simulator's ending, or a male pregnancy Fazbear Fright story. So... Security Breach is more poorly written in that it's like, it makes less sense and it deals more damage to the world of FNAF. But the male pregnancy, the in the flesh Fazbear Fright story is more disturbing and horrific. So, Yeah, that's too. It depends on how you define, like, what type of bad you're thinking about. The time traveling is the rewind. Yeah, technically we do have the time traveling of a certain variety. Oh, the sweet sounds of someone's flesh being melted. Hey, if you're still working on that out of context video, there's another one for the pile. There's another one to add to the list. You see, Perry the Platypus, when I was a boy, I got impregnated by a Scrat program. And now I will use my FNAFinator to take over the tri-state area! The boss is easy. The last boss was just an enemy gauntlet. Thank God for the rewind feature, or else would have lost my sanity. Yeah, I would never have beaten this game if it weren't for rewind. I could never have beaten this game if it wasn't for rewind. Maybe one day I'll play it again now that I've actually played it for the first time, just to see if I can do it without rewind. But for my first playthrough, yeah, no, I think I would go insane without the rewind feature. Disturbing and horrific can be good as long as it's executed well. Yeah, but there's also some lines you don't cross, and on the subject of crossing lines, that, what we just talked about was the worst of the bunch. That's the most cursed thing you've ever said. Yeah, well, I mean, possibly. There's some line. There's some other contenders, but yeah. DDL's an example of something being horrific in a good way. Yeah, that is an example of that. But you know, I think the subject matters that game tackles are a bit different than the subject matters that the in-the-flesh Phasma Fright story tackles. Like, different echelons at that point. I will use the FNAFinator to impregnate the tri-state area! Jesus fucking Christ. What? How did we get to this point, exactly? We have gone down such an insane rabbit hole this stream. DDLC used to love doing, due to being fairly nostalgic. You know, it didn't come out too long ago. Hey, so, if you want to talk about being nostalgic for things that came up recently, I already have nostalgia for playing Persona 5 Royal. So you are more than happy to have nostalgia for something that came out in 2017. That is A-okay. You'll have you know that you beat the game without the rerun feature or save states when you were 3. You, my friend, had too much time on your hands. But also, you have my respect. Male pregnancy is shit you'd expect from Ultra Despair was not FNAF. Yeah, hey, remember, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but remember when the game was just originally about the story of 5 missing children in a haunted pizzeria? Remember that simple premise? Yeah, well, now we got that. Welcome to modern FNAF. It's all fucking batshit crazy. FNAF books are just fanfiction? Well, technically, I mean, because they're not written by Scott, they're written by other authors that I imagine get Scott's approval. Like, for instance, I think the main authors are like, Ellie Cooper, Andrea, last name I forgot, and I think those are the main ones. I genuinely can't remember the other person's last name, I'm sorry, but yeah. Of all things, it's the Donkey Kong Country stream that's the curse stream. Yeah, well, hey, I mean, it all started going downhill once we brought up the male pregnancy storyline. That's when things went from bad to worse. It's like, I legitimately forgot that was even a thing that existed, but now I can't. Now it's gonna be burned into my brain forever thanks to this stream. I hate Dr. Heinz Ketchup will make the most cursed episode of Phineas and Ferb. Oh, alright then, that is a sentence that I just read. Every stream ends with a Doom Insurance monologue. Not every stream. It's just, hey, thanks Halo 5 for, okay, this tire's in a bad spot, ow. Halo 5, for everything it does horribly wrong, I can say this much, it gave birth, I can't even say that anymore. It created the infamous Doofenshmirtz Cortana meme. So thanks Halo 5, you did one thing right. You did one whopping thing correct in that entire story. Whoop-de-doo. Imagine doing a book report, and you have to summarize a book for class, and you pick Fazbear Frights number 5. It gave birth. Yeah, I know what I said. I knew the second after I said it that I knew what I said the second after I said it. Yep. Especially in regards to the fact that I was referring to a video game when I said it. When you're taking a test, but then you remember the Donkey Kong Country stream. Yeah, that'll tank your performance for sure. How did I feel about Persona 5 Strikers? Underwhelming. The Phantom Thieves were sidelined in their own game. But it was a lot more fun than Persona 5 Royal. And now for something completely different. Comparing Cortana from Halo 5 to Doom Returns is insulting to Doom Returns. It really is, because Doom Returns actually has substantive motivations for what he does. Cortana does not. Also, these bees are just a massive pain in the ass. Oh, dear God almighty. The pain is starting to set in. Okay, we made it through. They stole the Phantom Thieves. That's one way to put it. And oh, it launched me off the edge. Okay, let's not move. Nice. Ow, damn it. Let's try again. There we go. Okay, we live. We're fine. Alright, we did it. We made it through. So how close are we to the end? Because we've been going for like almost 2 hours, so I imagine we're probably getting close to the end. I think. I don't know. The wasps in this game are almost as painful as real wasps. Wouldn't know. Never been stung by one, thankfully. And the reason I say thankfully is because my dad is deathly allergic to bees. And given the fact that I'm allergic to dairy, pork, and now beef, I'm nervous about whether I've inherited his immune system in regards to how it reacts to bee stings, so let's hope we never find out if I'm allergic to bees or not. We're at the last world. Okay, so probably like 20 more minutes, maybe? I don't know. I imagine we're probably coming up towards the end. You got stung by a wasp when you were 6, it hurts. Well, I imagine it hurts, but like, I might potentially have the risk of actually suffering fatal symptoms if I get stung by one. I don't know for sure, because, again, I've never been tested. I don't know if I'm actually allergic, but my dad was definitely allergic to the same caliber that I'm allergic to dairy and pork and beef, so yeah, I don't know. I almost got stung by a bee, though. I was at Disney World with my mom, her friend, and her friend's son, and I was young enough to where I was in a stroller, and I was sitting in the stroller while they were like, I think we were just deciding what we were gonna ride next, and then a bee landed on my knee. Now, the number one thing you absolutely should not do when a bee is nearby is make any sudden movements. Because any sudden movement is something a bee will treat as it'll trigger their fear instinct. So, naturally, the correct course of action was for my mom to hurriedly pick me up and fling me around. Now, it didn't sting me, thankfully, but, you know, it was an interesting time to exist in that area. You've been stung, you forgot how bad it was. I'm thankful that you do not have any recollection of the pain, because I've heard it can be awful. You saw and you recommended a video titled, Can I Beat Persona 5 Royal Without Using Development Room Part 1? I actually saw that last night, and I was considering screenshotting it and posting it on Twitter, like, what, and then just captioning it with, well, ... but I didn't, just because I didn't really, I didn't have enough motivation to properly do it, but I'm glad you brought it up, because I was very strongly contemplating doing that last night, because, I mean, I guess I can't say I never used the Velvet Room in all earnesty, though. Because, oh dear God, this spike. Because I did use it occasionally to craft a few Persona. Jesus Christ, this stupid spike. But I never actually, I never, like, fused anything for the most part. So, I did it a couple times, I think I used it to get the Faith Persona, for instance. But I didn't use it to the same degree that people wanted me to use it. So, I don't think it would qualify for that challenge, but, you know. Can you be Persona 5 Royal without impregnating a robot? Oh, dear God. Can we not make that a meme for the rest of the channel? I don't want to be reminded of the Springtrap, thing for the rest of existence. I was living happily over the past year and a half, not being reminded of that. So let's not carry that train any further, shall we? You watched the video, dude, and the video's kind of annoying. Cannot comment on that. Haven't seen it. You might as well have never used it. Maybe, but I also never would have gotten some of the personas if I didn't use it. So I did use it, but again, not to the same extent that people wanted me to use it. Okay, can't talk onto that. Am I using a SNES controller? Pro controller, pro controller. I don't have a SNES controller. I only have a pro controller. What's the memes for the channel? One of them is bah! The other one is what? What are you talking about? There's Conflict Desert Storm 2. There's Cortana Doofenshmirtz. There's Evil Emperor Josh Cooley. There's a lot of stuff like that. Do not cite the deep magic to me, which I was there when it was written. You're in there for a long time perfecting new personas for the next pals. Yeah, I quickly got the sense that that is how most people play the game. I know, because everyone yelled at me in the comments for not doing it, but I made my way through the game with almost never using it, so, you know, there's that. Yeah, there's God Cooley. There's... Man, if the people on Reddit from yesterday ever saw that post, that'd just give them so much more ammunition. That'd be like a fever dream for them if they ever knew that existed. I've said that I'll talk about The Witness in one of my videos, so you want specifics, but can I, in 3 words, describe what I don't like about The Witness? So this is a Rise from the Ashes challenge, huh? In 3 words or less? Lines is one of them. The lines would be one of the words I use for this. So, because, I mean, you know why. Anticlimactic lines. Anticlimactic esoteric lines is what I would say. On a very broad spectrum without going into specifics. Will I be 101% in the game? No, I'm just playing through. I'm just playing through the game until I beat the boss. So no, I'm not doing 101%. You used to be a FNAF fan like me, but then you had to read the fucking Springtrap Male pregnancy story. I forgot it existed. I honestly forgot it existed. I forgot that that was even a story that was written. Until today. Now I can't unsee it, or unread it, I guess. So there's that, I guess. Can I start making reviews / analysis of stuff I actually enjoy or don't absolutely dislike? Well, one of my upcoming videos is going to be on the top 20 best games I've ever played. Mainly to act as a counterbalance to my top 20 worst games I've ever played. So that'll be one of them. I'm making a video on Halo Infinite that I think you can probably reasonably assume will not be negative. I have many positive things to say about that game. I'm making a video on Battle for Bikini Bottom and comparing the original to the rehydrated. Not really, just kind of pointing out the differences between the two and what one game does better, what one game does worse, kind of thing. I am strongly contemplating making a video on Toy Story 3 and explaining why that film is the best of the trilogy. Because a lot of people, who shall remain nameless, have gone out of their way to deliberately misrepresent the contents of that film. But I'm pretty sure everyone here knows who I'm talking about, so I don't need to say the name. So it's something I've been considering for a while. Just, I guess it would kind of act as a counterpart to my Toy Story 4 series. So, and someone also asked for my top 20 worst and best movies, so I'll also make a one going over my top 20 best movies. So, yeah, there are some things in the pipeline that are going to be positive in the future. And hello, Dementia, welcome to the stream today. Will I be 100%ing Donkey Kong Country 2? Probably not. I'll probably just play, I think I will just probably play through from level 1 to final boss for all of them. you warned me about LS Marks, and I still watched it. So, here's the thing. If I have any reason, if I'm ever going to make a video on Toy Story 3, okay, real, this thing just waits to jump, doesn't he? He waits until you jump to jump. Yeah. Wow, he really waits until you jump to jump. Okay. There we go, Jesus. Is this related to the Markiplier L and Danganronpa S thing? Because you have no idea who I'm talking about. Okay, so I showed a picture of L, and then I showed a picture of Danganronpa S, and then Markiplier. So if you put those three things together, what do you get? You haven't seen him in a while. What did he say? So before I answer that, to answer the previous question, if I'm gonna make a video on Toy Story 3, I need to be cognizant of what people's arguments are against it. So, that's why I watched it. And I was not surprised, honestly. Did I Faith Takes Unpopular Opinion Toy Story 3 is bad video? I don't know what that is, so I haven't seen it. So basically, one of the things he said in that video is, I can put up with a lot of shit if characters are good. And then later in that same video, talking about Toy Story 3, he said, it couldn't be that you just have an emotional attachment to the characters or something like that with no self-awareness. He said that it's important for it to be a good sequel, ignoring the fact that Toy Story 3 directly builds off the ideas built up in Toy Story 2 about Andy going to college. It's a disingenuous comparison between the second movie and the third movie as to comparing the plot beats. He said if you focus on the plot, you're ignoring the theme, which is laughable. He says he doesn't understand Lotz's plan, despite the fact that it makes complete sense. He also admitted a personal bias against the film. And it's not just Toy Story 3. He also misrepresented Inside Out. He says that Riley isn't a real person, which is like, really? Riley doesn't act like a real person. Are you sure about that? You absolutely sure that Riley doesn't act like a real child would in those situations? Okay, whatever you say, dude. And he boils down the final scene at the end of Inside Out to Riley gets on the bus and then he gets off the bus. It's like, wow, so you're just like being maliciously, you're either an idiot or you're maliciously lying about this, because there's no way anyone could in good faith say that the ending of Inside Out is literally just Riley gets on the bus and then she gets off the bus. That's not even remotely close to what happens in that scene. And the reason he doesn't like Toy Story 4 dumb. Yeah, he can't even criticize Toy Story 4 correctly. Because he said that Buzz hasn't had anything to do since the first film, which is stupid. And then he says that in the context of the movie, Woody's decision to leave works, which is idiotic. Also, I want to mention, in that video, he said that when a movie can bring, verbatim he said, when a movie can bring such genuine emotion out of me, that's how I know I'm watching something special, with absolutely no fucking self-awareness about when he said that people were only liked Toy Story 3 because they were emotionally attached to the characters. It's fucking baffling. Person who made it said that Toy Story 3 is nothing but emotional manipulation, then I'll probably have to watch it if I'm gonna make a Toy Story 3 video, which I've not committed to doing, by the way. Okay, I think we're getting close to I imagine the pile of bananas down there would be the last level. The video is so awful it's funny. If you're referring to the unpopular opinion Toy Story 3 is bad video, I probably wouldn't laugh at it. I would probably get annoyed by it. Turnabout of goodbyes is Edgeworth goes into the courtroom, Edgeworth goes out of the courtroom. Yeah, you can boil it down to that, and then you could also be disingenuous in doing so. So, yeah, Again, I haven't even committed to actually making a Toy Story 3 video yet. But if I ever do, I would need to watch that video. Just to get a proper grip on all the arguments against it. Because everything I've ever seen about Toy Story 3, for the most part, has been in complete bad faith. Like, saying Lotso's plan makes no sense and his motivations are confusing is like, I'm sorry you can't pay attention, but it follows logically. Saying that Toy Story 3 is a ripoff of Toy Story 2 is, like, there's no like, I could say that Thor and Cars are the same movie. Because I could get vague enough to where those two plots would line up. There's a guy who's very arrogant about his abilities that gets caught in a situation where he ends up in a remote desert town where he needs to learn to live among people who think and act very differently from him. And then in the course of living in this town for a while, he learns to change his attitude in time for a final showdown against his rival from the beginning of the movie, and has now changed his ways from how it started out. I can do that. You can get vague enough for a lot of different movies to where you can make them sound similar. But you can do it with the Lego Movie and The Matrix as well. But you'd have to be extremely disingenuous to do that, because to say that Toy Story 2 and 3 are the same movie is just blatantly incorrect. Ocarina of Time is just title pops up and credits roll. Yeah, that's all it is. Farewell My Turnabout. Maya gets kidnapped, Maya gets freed. That's all it is. That's all it is. Life isn't real, you live and die. Yeah, those are the only two events. One day, you're born, the next day you die. Or at some point in the future, you die. Am I planning on making a Danganronpa vs. Ace Attorney analysis? I have not said that I'm planning on doing that. Someone just mentioned it in chat. I have not said that I want to do that. Favorite one-case characters from every Ace Attorney game? Oh, Jesus. So... the problem is that... for every Ace Attorney game, the problem is that my immediate thought is to say something like Lot of Heart or Will Powers, but those aren't one-case characters because they show up in future games, so... basically everyone in the first game, except for, like, the Bellboy, shows up again in the future. So... I guess I'll go with Jake Marshall for the first game. Didn't want to jump there. Mo from Big Top by process of elimination, maybe? I don't know. April May, I don't know about that one. April May doesn't... I said almost every character. I said almost everyone. What'd you say about me, Bambina? Lena Sky? I think Jake Marshall might still win out in the end. But it's a close race, yeah. Also, this level would be hell without rewind. Eeny Miny? I don't know about that one. Infinity War, Thanos has 1 stone, Thanos has 2 stones, etc. Yeah, like I said, you can get that deliberately vague and simplistic with a lot of films. It's just disingenuous to do so. Okay, I think we're almost out of this. Hopefully. How many? Oh, Jesus Christ! You have so little time to react here. Oh, come on. We've got to be getting. Oh, Jesus. We've got to be getting close to the end of this at some point. Hopefully. Maybe. Oh, dear God. Okay. No, come on. The G's right there, so I'm assuming we're close to the end. Hopefully. Maybe. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Alright. Is it time for the finale? Maybe? I'm guessing not. This does not seem like the final boss. I'm pretty sure the final boss is King K. Rool. So I guess there's more to it after this. I'll just stomp on the bird first, and then we'll go fight King K. Rool. Hopefully. So I know Jake Marshall was written as a parallel to Godot. So I'm gonna talk about that in my critique of Apollo Justice. Because there's a lot that has to be said about that. People have used that as in defense of... Sorry, not in defense of, as a criticism of Emma in Rise from the Ashes. So, I'm gonna... I have some things to say about that when that video eventually comes out. First, I gotta worry about stomping on the stupid bird. If I can avoid the things he's launching at me, for Christ's sake. No, I guess that hit me. Is he dead? There we go, okay. Emma was at her best in Spirit of Justice. Yeah, I can see that. I think there's definitely a case to be made for that being his best. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is it. This is the battle against King K. Rool. Here we go. Ow. Alright, well, that didn't work. Oh, okay. Hit him once, let him run. Hit him once and let him run. Dodge the crown, jump on him. Okay, that doesn't seem so bad. Also, isn't this where the second game starts? Because I've played like the first 2 levels of the, or maybe the first 2 or 3 levels of the second game. I'm pretty sure this is where the second game starts, like on this, or if not this ship, then a ship similar to this. And the name Gangplank Galleon sounds familiar to me. It is, okay, I was pretty sure this is where the second game starts, because the name sounded familiar, and the atmosphere looked very familiar. Ow. Widescreen would make this game much more bearable. Ow, okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. I haven't been counting how many hits this is. Oh, we're gonna do a Monty, are we? Oh, great. Cannonballs. Cannonballs falling from the sky, huh? Okay, we done? Alright, we're done. Boop. Don't mess with the king. Yeah, long live the king and all that. Oh, more cannonballs? Alright. Throw your crown at me. I said throw your crown at me. Why? Oh, they're coming the other way. Oh, they were coming back the other way. Okay. I didn't know they were coming back the other way. Damn it. Move now. There we go. Alright, crown time. Throw the crown. Thank you. Boop. How many more hits can you absorb? Hopefully, one more will be done. He threw the cabbie. Yeah, this is actually the inspiration for Super Mario Odyssey. He's trying to capture Donkey Kong and become him. Throw the oh damn it! I didn't jump in time. Crown throw, crown throw, crown throw. Boop. Okay, there we go. Ay ay ay. Oh Jesus Christ. Claptrap, crusher, critter, clump. Oh, there's a second phase, isn't there? Those are not credits. There's a second phase to this. Yeah, okay, hold on. Okay, there's a second phase to this. Joy. Joy to the... Ow, Jesus. Joy to the world, everybody. Good Christ almighty. Does he go down in one more hit, or does he take... It's just... Oh my god, okay, it's just an entire second phase. Got it. Oh my Jesus, that is a leap. That is a leap. Oh my god. But oh, for God's sake, let's just hope that this is the last phase. There we go. Boop. Ow, my god, you leap very far. You leap very, very far. And fast. Roll. Stop bouncing around. Long live the... Yeah, literally long live the king. He's back... Oh, God. He's back again for phase 2. And hopefully the last phase. Let's fucking hope it's the last phase. Is that it? Are we done now? Are you actually dead this time? Okay, we got the banana. The banana means we won. There we go. Well done, Donkey, my boy. Who'd have thought a young whippersnapper like you could have beaten that bunch of no-good criminals? You've made an old man proud. Go and look in your board. Think you'll be in for hoard. I think you'll be in for a surprise. If I had been playing, I'd have found everything. Oh, shut up. Then you can go play yourself. I'm not finding all the Kong letters or all the bonus rooms. You go do that if you want. I'll stay here. Hey, we did it. We got back all the bananas. Is that it? There we go. Proper credits. Okay. That was 2 hours? I feel like that was way faster than 2 hours. I don't know about you guys, but this stream just flew by for me. I feel like we just started. But hey, that was fun. That was a fun time. I had a great time playing that game. I mean, it's not a flawless game by any stretch of the imagination. I would love if the game had got a widescreen remaster. That'd be fun, so I could actually see what was coming at me. I would the minecart level was a pain. Stop and go level was a pain. Some of those later levels were a bit rough. But overall, that was a fun time. I mean, it would have been a nightmare if I didn't have rewind. But I can say that I enjoyed that. Thankfully. Now this is the game I have the most experience with, because I've played a little bit of games 2 and 3, but not much. I think I've only played like the first 2 or 3 levels of the second game, and I don't remember anything about the third game. Like, almost nothing. Maybe I might have beaten the first level, and that's a strong might. So, we'll see how it goes. Donkey Kong Country 2 is the best of the trilogy. 3 is okay. Looking forward to it then. Looking forward to seeing how the second game is. If you want context for what everyone's talking about, Blitz Gaming, then just rewind to, like, what do you think, like, maybe 20, 30 minutes ago? I don't know, just, you'll know when you get to it to find context of what we're talking about, but I don't want, I'd like to not bring this up constantly in every stream. Like, I'm happy to meme about Josh Cooley and Danganronpa and Toy Story 4 and Cortana Doofenshmirtz and Confidence of Storm 2 and all that, but, let's not bring this up in the future. I don't want to drag out this topic any more than we need to. I don't want to have to make a rule. Please don't make me type a rule on Discord that says don't talk about Springtrap. Insert 2 following words there. I don't want to type that rule out in the rules thing. So, yeah, let's keep this topic in the poison pond where it belongs. And let's never bring this up again. Great job, Donkey Kong. You beat the win. And also Diddy Kong 2, I guess. You did good. Create a text channel. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that's nope. It's a solid nope on that one. Man, they're just they're just abusing each other, aren't they? I did this using one. Oh, shut up, Cranky Kong. I took less than an hour. Shut the fuck up, you old hack. I did this in one life in under an hour. You whippersnappers these days, you have these fancy schmancy rewind features. Shut up. You humbly apologize for bringing it up. You could not have known what it was going to balloon into. I couldn't have known what it was going to balloon into. And now we've gone too far to turn back now. Old Bag and Cranky Kong, a match made in heaven. Where's the credits? I only see credits. I don't know, ask Mr. Krabs. If I had a SNES controller, I'd be able to beat it in under an hour. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm pretty sure the controller I'm using would not have made any difference whatsoever. No, I'm not reading that out loud. But it was funny. Points for comedy. I could skip the credits, but I'm just gonna let them play out just to give it some time to chill. Because I have a lot of stuff planned today. I'm doing a recording session with Forgot 45 to record some audio clips for an upcoming video project. And then I'm gonna jump on a call with Neil and discuss our plans for recording our secret project. So, got a lot of stuff on my plate today. And also, I want to finish editing my next big video today. So, got a lot of stuff to do after the stream. So, but in conclusion, the game was fun. I had a lot of fun playing the game, even in spite of its questionable aspects. I might play it again on my own one day without rewind to see if I can do it. I'm glad I finally beat a game that I played as a kid, and I'm looking forward to playing Donkey Kong Country 2. But as for me, I'm gonna wrap things up here because I got some stuff to do. I got a lot of stuff on my plate today. I want to get a jump on, and I'm gonna eat lunch before I do any of that. So, thank you all for tuning in. This is a fun stream. I don't know where the hell the last 2 hours went, but it flew by in a flash. So, thanks all for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me play Donkey Kong Country, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow for more, for the start of Kindergarten 2, more Sonic Adventure, and the start of Mario Kart 7. So, thanks all for tuning in, and hope to see you all soon. Have a good day, everybody.